Verzuz.
Basketball. He's not the best at titles. He's not the best at NBA.
It's gonna be live things where we're doing live reactions to music. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mic checkity. We are live in the building. It feels good to be live, man. Back at it again here on the Word of Clarity podcast.
That's solid.
Back at it again for episode 35. Cat's Eye coming in with that big noise. How we feeling, G's? What's poppin', man?
Kenny, hold on. It's solidarity for our boy Shador. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stand up.
Niggas ain't got no watches on over here. Cats flexing rollies. Episode 35, man. Back at it again with your boy Word, Kenny G in the building. DJ O, aka Odero, not one, not two. He nigga at 99 if you ask me.
Relax, bro. Relax. DJ Dow top 3, not 2 or 3. They already know what's happening.
This guy, man. Let's get to this main screen, man, and get to it. You hear me, dog? How Cats feeling, man, since the last pod? Where we at, man? Cats all right over the what? Last 2 weeks since we been up here? How Cats feeling, man?
NBA season has begun, so I mean, you know, I'm feeling all right about that.
Yeah.
One step closer to Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. I don't care nothing about that fight. I just felt like it was something to say.
Right. I mean, you said that like we was all waiting for that mug. Like, ooh, God, what's the status of that? Is it happening? It ain't in Vegas no more, is it? Where is it at?
I don't know, bro. I'm so disappointed by that fight. I'm just talking crap, bro.
As a betting man, who you putting your money on, though? As a betting man.
Oh, I mean, as a betting man, I'm taking Tank all day, every day, man.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even with the 80-pound difference, I'm still taking Tank, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of what it is at that point.
I don't trust it.
You don't trust it? What you don't trust it?
Listen, Terry Rozier already messed it up for all of us. I'm starting not to even believe in sports. What are we talking about?
Man, speaking of Terry Rozier, dog, let us know what's been cracking on this NBA largest scandal since the 60s. You hear me, dog?
I know. Let's get straight to it. So for the first topic, I mean, I want to talk about NBA sports betting. So Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones. I want to ask you guys, how bad is this for the league? And this is something that can turn into something bigger, or what type of implications do we see this having on really sports betting as this has started to become the forefront? Like every commercial we see is DraftKings, you know, sports betting company. So how do y'all think this impacts the NBA?
Yeah. Wait. You said Damon Jones was part of this list?
You ain't see that, bro? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I seen Damon Jones talk about Chauncey and say that like he wasn't going to believe it or something like that.
Nah,
but he put the leak out on LeBron.
Yeah, for a Laker game back in I think 2023.
No,
it's bad. This is real. And I think
happening, bro.
That was one of the craziest parts.
Yeah,
I believe Damon Jones is guilty though. I'm not gonna hold you. Now
he is.
Yeah,
there's no question. They caught him.
Yeah, Dame's guilty, bro. But I don't believe Chauncey's guilty, bro. I don't believe Chauncey's guilty. I know Terry did it. I know Terry and Damon did it for sure. Guaranteed. I give them no benefit of the doubt. They both go to jail. But Chauncey Billups, I think Chauncey has more integrity than that. Listening to Chauncey talk makes me feel like whoever he got into the mix with, I don't think it has anything to do with sports betting. I think whatever Chauncey was doing in the hood, messing with the wrong people, but I don't think it was on basketball. I think if they got Chauncey on anything, because they also said that he was affiliated with a mafia tied poker situation. I think if Chauncey was doing anything, he was doing that. But I don't believe the sports is involved with Chauncey.
Let me add some clarity to that. So Chauncey Billups is actually he's on both indictments. So there's the poker game indictment, and then there's also the sports betting indictment. So he's named in both. Whereas Damon Jones and Terry Rozier, they're just on the sports betting side. So the accusation is they're believed to have thrown games or given tips on insider information, whereas Chauncey Billups, he's tied to that illegal poker game scandal ring or whatever with the X-ray vision, but also in addition to the player props. So he's named them both. Warren, what do you?
So let me be clear then. Thank you for that clarification. That's real. I think not only does the audience need to know it, I need to know. I did some reading up on it, but that always helps. So I'm gonna say it this way: Chauncey definitely did the. I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about Charlie Clips, which is crazy.
Too many pies.
Too many. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Chauncey is definitely. I don't think Chauncey did the sports betting as it pertains to the sports, but I do think Chauncey's probably guilty of that poker. Though I ain't going with you. Yeah. So yeah, all three of them niggas guilty, bro. Unfortunately, lock them up. Hey, it is what it is, bro. That's my commentary. Lock them boys up.
That boy said, black and white. Yeah, them niggas is indicted, and that boy said they guilty before even proven guilty. Yeah.
Listen. Hey, at the very least, this is what I wait.
What in the world is that over there,
lock
man?
Y'all ain't seen that TikTok?
I seen it.
Hey, lock them up, bro.
Yeah.
Lock them up. Hey, at the very least, and I'm gonna get out the way. At the very least, I'm right about Damon Jones. Damon Jones deserves to be in jail. Absolutely.
Wow.
Put him in jail, even if you found him innocent. Put his ass in jail. Put him in jail. Bro. That's how I feel about Damon Jones.
Yeah, he got something. Damian Jones must have gave the C's 30 every night he seen him or something back in the day. That boy got a own court grudge against him or something, dog. When I seen this, it definitely was super alarming, bro. Like, this is only the tip of the iceberg or the beginning of a lot of things to come out from the entire sports world, like you were saying earlier. As far as, like, do I believe they are particularly guilty? I definitely think there's activity that they were involved in, especially when you got the mob or the mafia tied to it. Further clarification on that stuff, like the poker stuff, they say they used Chauncey Billups like face card celebrity to lure in other people to try to take advantage of and scam them. Suppose they had like see-through glasses, they could see the cards, which is crazy, but it's believable with the technology, you know what I mean, advances that we have now. And so I definitely think there's something in the water. I don't think this is coming out of nowhere. I would say, man, I would think it's even at a larger scale for a league like the NFL. Just because it's a bigger league, I think it's higher stakes. There's so many more crazier bets you can do over there. Not trying to point the gun at them and be like, yo, look out, what's coming next? Even though I think they need to have a heads up.
Hey, Gunner, I'm gonna need you to close your mouth, man.
He crazy. Hey, I'm just spectating, man. This is all alleged, right? I have no proof of what I'm saying right now.
Allegedly.
I'm only speaking to this, dog, because I am an active betting man, right? And I only can imagine, bro, like if I was privy to information with athletes in the league prior to games, it definitely would be at my advantage to use that. You know what I mean? Like, this remind me of Michael Porter Jr. Before this stuff came out on the podcast. He was talking about how easy it is to just give information on what he would do personally for they would have the benefit of the bet, which is crazy in hindsight because that didn't age well at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and ain't his brother Jonte Porter the guy that got caught up in the stuff a couple years ago?
That's what he was referring to in the clip.
Got you. Okay, I only seen the clip.
He was talking about his brother.
Got you. Was he trying to give license to it? Like, there's no problem? What was his context of that?
His context was just explaining how easy it is, like how easy it is to slip down that rabbit hole. Because he's like, you can literally tell all your homies who in the hood, like, put 10 G's on this, you change their whole life.
Yeah. So with that being said,
change yours.
But with that being said, though, somebody like a Terry Rozier, right? They said his salary per game was $350K, right? Well, and Terry Rozier ain't like the minimum league. He's got some contracts, especially coming out of Boston when they had that run with Jason Tatum rookie year, where he saw some real money that was beyond just the average role player. So I'm like, bro, what kind of situation or circumstances put him in this type of place to where he want to literally gamble his career and be ousted out the league potentially, what it looks like will happen right now. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of situations or circumstances will put them guys in that type of situation.
I'm gonna break it down. So there's a few things. So in college, one of the most impactful courses I took was an addiction class, and in that class, they talked about how gambling is an addiction. Like it is the same way that people are addicted to alcohol, same way people are addicted to narcotics. People are addicted to gambling, and if you think of the demographic of athletes, these dudes are arrogant. Like they're great. They were the best of the best at a sport. You talk to any NFL player, NBA player, what do they talk about what they do on planes? They play boo-ray. They're gambling. Like it is a part of sports culture to gamble. And we missing the fact that one of the biggest global superstars was already wrapped up in a gambling issue last year. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. Or the GOAT. The greatest of all time.
That's what I'm saying. He put the fall on his train. Everybody knows Shohei Ohtani. No.
Hey, allegedly, dog.
Come on.
Allegedly, well, I thought when you said that when you were referring to Shaw, I thought you was talking about MJ, like going back to the 90s. We know, and he probably still activated. You know what I'm saying? Now hold on. This is hold on. This
we don't know nothing about that.
But hold on. We got interviews and documentation of Jordan speaking on this already. We can confirm some of this stuff, right? Now I'm just talking about the addiction part. Whether this is tied behind games getting thrown intentionally, I can't say that for sure, but we know he was active in it. You know, he tried to write it off like he's just really competitive, and one can maybe say that's what it is. But I do think maybe potentially, this could be seen as an addiction for somebody like MJ in just disguised or masqueraded in competition. You know what I mean, or being a competitor. Exactly. So I don't know, but I think it's definitely something there with like what O was just saying, with this being an addiction, these guys being arrogant. I'm just trying to put myself in them shoes. Like, man, would I still be ready to risk it to that degree?
So, but hold on. Let me ask this question. Okay. Let me ask this question, Kenny. To progress the conversation, how do you guys think that this is going to impact the league? Because people are talking about the NBA has already been working on the reporting for injuries of players, so for there to be more transparency, so that there's more confidence in the game. Like, how do you guys see this impacting things moving forward? Like how teams have to report different information on players' health and injury.
Yeah. So in my mind, so I'm gonna answer your question, and then I'm gonna talk about just what I think something that's kind of parallel to this idea. One, I don't think it does much because I actually love the way Michael Porter Jr. broke this down. And how others talked about it. You know, he was on an epic run in podcast history.
Yeah, this dude, unhinged.
You know, he was on one of the greatest runs I've ever seen. And what was so dope about him was he was talking about, he said, it's not just about the injury report. It's not just about the scouting report. You got to think about it from the standpoint of niggas could literally go in the game and say, or talk to the homeboy before the game and say, yo, I'm about to go in for the first 3 minutes. But minute number 4, I'm about to be like, yo, my hamstring hurt, and I'm out the rest of the game. And I thought that was interesting because now there's nothing the league can do. If the league can't even be proactive, because if a nigga decide that he gonna go into the game the first 3 minutes and then feel like, oh, nah, I'm good, I can't play no more. Well, the league, it doesn't matter about the injury report. It doesn't matter about the scouting report. If somebody's making that decision mid-game to remove themselves and get their under, you see what I'm saying? Or get their over, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it that way. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I get the addiction, and that is very real. Like dealing with an addiction, whether that be gambling, whether that be drugs, whether that be alcohol. Like addiction is a very real thing. It's a sickness, it's an illness, it's a disease, right? So we understand that. But I also tell you that in the same vein of addiction, I think we have this idea because we're regular dudes. You know what I'm saying? That when cats get a contract and they make $250 to $300K per game, that they're good money managers. No, that's not true.
Oh,
first of all, what did the man on my shirt say? More money, no problems. More problems, bro. And the reality of the situation is, cats get a bag, and the first thing they do is they start living above their means or living according to the bag. They don't. These niggas ain't think about saving and penny pinching and let me put this away for such and such. Plus, God forbid, these dudes out here tricking. Now you tricking and you out here living above your means. You going crazy.
He talking about this nigga talking about meat gunner. He done just aired out all their dirty laundry.
Bro, they need to look at Zion sports book.
First of all, we got tons of evidence that cats out here shipping like that. So that's not news. But I'm just saying that to say, as far as the conversation is concerned, I can see how a dude makes $300,000 every 2 weeks and still can't take care of himself and feels the need to bet because either he's addicted or he's managed by this lifestyle that he feels like he needs to keep up. And I think we don't ever think about that. Like even Braun came out with this interview on Savannah's podcast and he said, I still think about money. We don't know who he's taking care of. We don't know what type of bills he's paying. We don't know who he bought a house for. So you got to think about it that way too. Like some of these dudes are living in manners and ways that's like, there's too much coming in for you to be broke. And then other times it's like, nah, your mentality, your mindset, and your lack of stewardship has led you to a place where now you got to gamble just to make ends meet, and you make $300K a game. Yeah, that's crazy work.
I agree.
You know
I agree.
So,
I've actually had the privilege in seeing insight on some of how these athletes struggle with money management and just being good stewards of it. Like these dudes, even with the, like, I be like, dang, y'all got all the resources in the world. Like they literally have the resources and team and staffing to help them with this stuff. And it's a mentality thing. Like you can have all the resources in the world, but to actually listen to the advice and guidance is the turning point. And if they don't do that, it's like, well, hey, and a lot of times these dudes is young. They've been getting money, especially nowadays, like we talked about last power with NIL, since they teen years. You know what I mean? They feel so empowered, invincible, and like, man, I could get it tomorrow. I get another contract, never knowing when they gonna blow their knee out or tore their Achilles. Like it's just, yeah, it's a mentality struggle for sure where it's lacking that, man.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
Sure. So next I don't know, have you guys really been keeping up, watching a lot of the games lately?
The season openers in the NBA, week 1 and week 2? Yeah. It's been crazy.
This boy Wemby been going crazy. He been going crazy. I know there was a lot of hype on Cooper Flag, and people were talking about Wemby, but I don't think any of us expected to see what we've seen. I ain't think that the Monks was going to do what they did. Honestly, like,
now hold on. Just say you ain't expect that. You ain't expect, because nigga, we was over here trying. That boy, he is wildin', nigga. You looking at two niggas that was trying to put you on, nigga, pot at the pot about Wemby.
You lying? What you
last pod.
Literally last pod. And I literally said this nigga in this, you got amnesia. That's why, nigga. I literally was telling niggas, yo, between him and Luka, hey, it's looking like that's gonna be my MVP picks for sure. Before they tipped off, bro.
Yeah, Luka.
No. Don't put Luka in the same conversation as Wemby.
Oh, you crazy, nigga? Wemby, his first 2 games is nuts. This nigga averaging 45 right now, nigga, with like 10 and 10.
Wait.
No.
You know, Luka
and
hold on, Daryl.
Something wrong with him.
If Luka doesn't go down with injury, Luka gave us 85 points in 2 games, bro.
He broke the record for the most.
Wemby did over 100. Wemby did over 103. Luka did 85 in 2.
He broke the record for the most points in the first 2 games. Come on now, man.
Bro. Stop playing with Luka, bro.
Yeah, you got some biases versus these niggas, man. What's up?
No. Because the difference is Wemby's gonna have 20 all NBAs by the time he retires.
Right, we talking about this season though. I said MVP this season, bro. We ain't talking about career-wise, right? We already seen.
Okay, I thought we talking about career. Wemby and Luka will not be in the same conversation by the end of their careers.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Now you crazy.
Luka will be in the same. Let me talk. Luka gonna be in the same conversation as the Carmelos.
No, he not. You crazy?
Wemby gonna be up there.
Carmelo,
Jordan. And LeBron, I'm trying to tell you who went the trajectory.
I'm finna take his camera away because this nigga on a whole different end now. This nigga was screaming Sangoon and all. You ain't have none of this type of bass in your voice about Wemby 2 pods, a last pod ago. You crazy? I ain't finna let you get off with this, dog. He is straight blasphemy right now. You ain't have none of this tone.
You can't see. When it comes to the Lakers, you can't see. When it comes to the Lakers,
so how was I able to appreciate and praise Wemby prior to any of the evidence we're seeing right now? You had some type of newfound knowledge about Wemby and epiphany about what he's been. I've been telling you this, bro. Meanwhile, your Rockets is what? Nigga, under 500 at the bottom of the West right now? Take them niggas out of here. Sangoon ain't did nothing but had an opening night and ain't been doing nothing since then. Get them niggas to get over there, man. I'm glad you ain't got what you got to have right now. He ain't got no H-Town on. Yeah, you got that Texas Tech. Some other roster of franchises is actually doing something. Houston ain't doing nothing right now. Them niggas out of here, man.
You just talking, bro. You just talking.
So you want me to go put up the standings? Where they at right now? Let's speak facts. Where they at?
It's 4 games in the season. What are you talking about?
And all you is for. All right, check this out. Check this out, Kenny. It's 4 games in the season, and that already had you screaming. Wemby is finna be in a conversation with Brian and Jordan. So it obviously means something. It can't go one way and not go the other way when your team is falling.
About one individual player. We're talking about one individual player versus,
which is also leading to them being 4-0.
Oh, we can end this conversation. Put $100 that the Rockets end up in the top 3 in the West. Put 100 on it.
Okay, come on.
Put 100 on what? On, the Rockets in the top 3.
Gonna end up in the top 3 in the West.
No, you put it. Why would I put 100 on it?
No, I'm saying
that's not my squad.
No, say that they not gonna end up in the top 3 in the West. Put 100 on it.
They not gonna end up in the top 3 in the West. That's easy for me, bro. 100.
All right,
100. That's easy. Are you crazy? 100. I'm a betting man, bro. That's like putting $1 on anything, nigga. That's nothing for me.
That's easy.
But bro, here's the thing. Hold on. Because he's trying to move. He's trying to take the focus off what's facts right now. Where are they at? No, move the focus, not go. I said where are they at right now? Did I say they're at the bottom of the West? And is it true? Where are they at?
No, there's 4 games in the season, bro. But you just
you screaming Wemby from the top of the mountain. But they 4-0. It's actually resulting in them actually winning. Your guys are struggling all the way around at the bottom of the West, and you swear up and down they was finna be whatever. And they ain't looking like that, fam. I told you, any team with Kevin Durant, you never should trust it. You had different beliefs, though. Keep it a bean, bro. What we got up next, G? I mean, whatever you want to get murdered in next.
We ain't even gonna talk about Wemby.
We just talked about him.
Hold on, fellas.
Because you start lying about him, bro. You start talking as if you was repping.
No. The big difference between me and you is I allow myself to change my perspective. I sat there and I watched and I came corrected. I said, what I'm watching right now. You didn't correct
yourself, though. The correction would have been apologizing for your...
I'm saying it right now. I ain't apologizing for nothing.
Yeah, for nothing. But for your false projections, you were trying to shit on Wemby, bro. Come on now, dog. Stop it. We know this. I got a witness right here that can attest to what I'm saying, bro. Now, come on now.
It's true, bro.
Ask Kenny.
It's true. You was bugging. Daryl, you was bugging, bro. I got to be honest. I got to be fair.
Come on, bro.
You were tripping. When it came to Wemby, you was tripping. And I was like, why? What's the problem? You was like, I don't believe in that. No way. And now all of a sudden he's MVP.
I ain't say all that.
Come on, Daryl.
I can't wait. You know what? I'm going to pull a Joe Budden and run the tape back on you, bro. I'm running the tape. In the edit, I'm running it back on you.
All right. But let me finish what I'm trying to say. Let me finish what I'm trying to say. I feel like Wemby, what we going to see, Wemby is going to change the league the same way that we saw Steph Curry change the league with the 3, where we started to see more 3 and D guys, the same way that we started to see more wings because of the 6'9" frame of LeBron. I feel like we're going to go back to more of a big man-centric league because of Wemby.
That boy digging his hole. This is crazy.
Let me understand you correctly, Daryl, before I give my point about Wemby.
Go ahead.
You went from last week not even putting this nigga nowhere in the top anything.
This is
crazy. I love this type of stuff.
Let me finish. You went last week not putting Wemby in the top anything. And this week, you were saying he's going to change the trajectory of the NBA similar to Stephen Curry. Bro, this is different than just when the facts change, so does my opinion.
Facts.
This deserves full-blown solo camera repentance for how you acting right now.
Yes, say that.
On camera and make sure he repents to the entire viewership of the Word of Clarity podcast. This is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, he tried to put this under the umbrella of when facts change. This is a 180, bro. This is a full, like, who are you?
But I can't change my opinion. I can't change my opinion.
But bro, it's not even genuine. It's not even genuine, bro. It's not. It's ingenuine.
How?
At every measure. I just explained how, bro. You just gave this dude a whole different praise on the opposite end of the spectrum where the criticism was at first. That's crazy. But is this so? The original question was what? Is this going to change the impact of how the NBA is played at that position? Is that what you asking?
Yes.
I mean, I believe
teams are now scouting more for that big man to run that centerpiece of their offense, running the offense through the big man once again.
Yeah, I mean, I believe just the stretch big and not just big. He's changed his game from last year to this year, though. He's not taking as many threes. He is playing more bully ball if you actually watching him. But him bringing the ball up, like his handle and all that, I believe that's already been in transition of the game changing, right? Like the Senguns, we mentioned him last time, like a Cooper Flag running the point. I think they need to change that, though. But you will see bigger frame guys, whether they're 3, 4, 5, running more of the offense. And honestly, I was looking at this recently. When you look at the MVPs, it's actually more a higher winning success rate when the offense is ran through the big man. Most MVPs, the position is by a center or a big man, 4 or 5. And I think that is a good reflection of how the best teams get to those chips and turn into dynasties and so more and so forth. And so I believe, I think I can see that. I think we was in an era where the point guard by far was the best position for years, right? Especially when you had the D Roses, the Currys, the Brooks, Westbrooks, Chris Paul. Coming out of that, I believe that era was different. James Harden, a lot of those guys I just named, though, I can't say are champions. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. None of these guys are champions, right? You know what I'm saying? You look at the big guys, Giannis, he a champion. Jokic, he's a champion. Wemby trending towards that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like a Luka is a mix. Brian, I ain't gonna say you're big man, but he is a point forward. I'll give you that. But those bigger guys being more of the offense centerpiece, like, I believe, I can see more of that happening and turning towards that for sure. I can see that. I don't know if we're going to ever see a Wemby, though, bro. I like how Perk said it, bro. If Shaq and KD had a baby, you get Wemby, which is just unfair, bro, on all strengths of measures, bro. It's just unfair. He can bully the big man, but he can play on the wing and pull up from a step back. Well, give me a better player combo that you would say whatever Wemby is. I think that was amazing.
I think he's more KD and KG. He not Shaq.
Nah,
KD and KG.
So much of KG game though was so much back to the rim fadeaways. I don't see that a part of Wemby game at all. If you actually watching him, he not turning. And that was like prominent of his game. So many of his buckets came off the block of the elbow where he turning over the shoulder. You ain't seeing that from him, bro. Bully ball is where I'm saying the Shaq reference is. The playing on the wing and having that handle when that frame similar to KD. That's where I see that for Wemby.
And let me make this clear. I think last year was a really important year in the NBA where we saw the big difference, more than I can ever remember, between regular season basketball and playoff basketball. I don't think Wemby gonna be doing no bully ball against somebody like Jokic.
Oh my God!
You're not gonna be,
bro. Hold on,
against Jokic, bro. Jokic is a 300-pound man.
I hear you. I think he's going to be more of a problem for Jokic than you think Jokic will be for Wemby. Wemby has been
for different reasons. Different reasons.
Sure, I agree. But I think when you're talking about offensive package and weapons, right? I think a lot of when you look at Jokic is when he's actually assisting and facilitating. With Wemby actually having the ball, he's more dangerous probably than anybody in the game right now, right? On the wing, fast break transition, actually getting the ball in the paint, all of that. But look, this dude went up against Derek Lively in AD debut game, bro, and made them boys look like boys, right? We talking about, so AD isn't an all-world defender, right? He wasn't a defensive player of the year candidate. Hold on, but I'm saying though, you acting as if these aren't, because I remember sending you a clip and you was talking about he was doing it versus a practice squad or the Utah Jazz or whoever that team was in the preseason. Right. Come the regular season, he goes up against an amazing front court defensively. Derek Lively is a problem defensively. Anthony Davis is a problem defensively. Made them look like easy work. We seen what he did and how he was Lil Oak and who you thought was a freight train, Zion, right? Yeah, he caught him a few times, but if you looked at that whole game, it was a huge difference what one could do to the other. So I'm saying maybe Jokic have his day with him a couple games out of the series they matched up, but who I'm picking as far as going forward from now and beyond, Wemby's gonna be more of a problem for whoever's matched up with him.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm trying to make a point of the stylistic problems that Wemby can't be perfect. Nobody has ever been perfect. There's usually going to be one thing that somebody struggles with. And I feel the one thing that Wemby's going to struggle with is dealing with more of the big bully round type of power playing back to the basket center.
It's not a lot of those. It's not a lot of those in here. I'll give you Giannis before I say him, bro. Because Giannis he's more of an athletic freak in nature. He can match Wemby almost anywhere when it comes to athleticism. And he's more athletic than Jokic. Jokic ain't bullying and just banging on people now.
And Kenny, let me say this one thing. And I think a prime example of that, and honestly, that all defensive, that defensive player of the year really don't mean much to me. It just really means who's the best rim protector. It don't mean who's the best defender all the time. Because Rudy Gobert, when you look at Rudy Gobert, whenever they were playing against the Nuggets in the playoffs, whenever Cat was on the Timberwolves, he was doing a better job holding Jokic as in comparison to Rudy. Rudy Gobert was getting bullied. He was getting bullied. They had to put Cat on Jokic. But I think who was the that's what I'm trying to say.
I think
somebody's the defensive player of the year don't mean that they're necessarily a great on-ball defender. Is what I'm saying.
I heard it. I will make the same argument, but I think we selling Wemby short if we're trying to say he's an equal to Rudy Gobert defensive style. He's not. I don't feel worried when Wemby is out on the perimeter trying to guard a smaller frame guy. It's not that much of a problem for him. Your best bet versus Wemby to make him weak is a run and start Zion. That's it. That's the only thing I can see. What you got, Kenny?
So I got to see Wemby in person against Zion. I was in New Orleans for the game.
Nice flex.
I was literally about 10 rows back, so I got a good seat. And I'm telling y'all right now, bro. Now Zion did bang on him something nasty. He did bang on him bad. That was crazy. And it was like the first play of the game too, which was nuts. And he got him a few times, but I'm gonna say this, bro. So defensively, Jokic is no problem at all. He's a cone. So Wemby's gonna have 40 on Jokic. That's number one. Two, in reverse, when I tell you in person, I've seen many players play. I've seen Braun play 3-4 times. I've seen KD play twice. Steph Curry play twice. James Harden 5-6 times in his prime in Houston. All the things. The type of imposing nature Wemby has on a basketball court is something different, dog. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm watching dudes with a clear lane to the basket. I'm talking about all they gotta do is do this, and it's a bucket. And Wemby's so God-gifted, strange, and he just finds his way to a basketball and punches you off the glass. And it's crazy. I've never seen nothing like that in my life, dog. I've never seen it. And here's what I'm trying to tell you. Jokic literally is going to have to get Wemby out the way in a 7-game series to the point where, like, he's going to have to, move Wemby. Because if Wemby's anywhere near the basketball, he's punching that crap 3 or 4 times a night. Easy. And here's my issue. Wemby continues to get stronger. What's making Wemby so disrespectful now is year 1, you can bully him. Yeah. Year 2, he got a little stronger, still wasn't ready. Now, this year, though, even Zion, who was pushing him out the paint, and Zion is definitely stronger than Wemby, it still was like it took 3 or 4 dudes to get Wemby away from the basket. His rookie year, that wasn't a problem. Now, you can't just move him out the way. He's not 200 pounds. Wemby now is probably 240, bro. 250. And if he continues to get stronger, continues to add muscle, as he's working out and working on his craft throughout the year, he's going to get even more disrespectful. I'm telling you right now, bro, I don't think any big man in the NBA, period, wants Wemby at all. Not even close. He's too tall. He's too God-gifted with the way that his structure is set. His arms are 8 feet long. It's ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like that in my life, dog. I'm telling you, he's way different than you think. You see him in person, you're gonna change your approach. I'm telling you. It ain't sweet over there, bro. That dude's different.
So in light of Wemby, which I think he's honestly at the forefront of this next generation that's gonna take over the league. I was listening to Colin Cowherd podcast, and he mentioned how he was bothered by the fact that they had to use MJ as like the face of promo for the season opener. Cause he's getting at the point of like, look, MJ 65. Like the league got to kind of move on. Like the NBA purists are kind of holding the game behind. Like We need to see more Cooper Flagg. We need to see more of Anthony Edwards. We need to see more of this next generation start to take the leap as far as being those next stars of the league. So I guess all in all, like, do y'all feel that the NBA is still looking in the rear view mirror and not looking through the windshield? Or how do y'all feel about the NBA actually letting this next generation take the lead?
What you got, Kenny?
It would be easier to look in the front or look ahead without looking in the rear view if one of these dudes wanted it bad enough.
Yeah.
The one dude I think who could absolutely be the face of the league, and I've made no bones about this, Anthony Edwards is a dog. And let me say this. He's got even better this season. He's playing back to the basket, defensively, offensively. Like, he's probably one of my favorite dudes to watch. To me, he's Jordan-esque in his approach to the game. I'm not gonna say he's Jordan, but you get what I'm saying. And I'm saying that to say, and then his personality. So he's Jordan on the floor. And then his personality is like he's magnetic, like your favorite rapper, bro. Like, he a real nigga from Atlanta. He eating chicken wings with Funny Marco. He hanging with Drewski. Like, he outside. He got multiple baby mamas before he's 25. Like, he's doing all this stuff.
That's crazy as a pro. That's crazy as a qualification of a face of the league. It's nuts. He got more than 5 baby mamas before 25, and he can be the face of the league. It's crazy.
What I'm saying to you is, he represents ratchet culture. He represents black culture. He represents that different cloth on the basketball court. He represents urban culture. And here's the thing: the dude who's primed to be the face of the league for American basketball doesn't want it. And so you got a dude who doesn't want it. You got another dude who dominates the league, and he'd rather be on a ranch with his horses than play basketball in Jokic. You got another dude in Anthony Davis who's Mr. Glass. You got a white dude in Cooper who will have mixed reviews until he figures the game out fully. You got another dude in San Antonio who is a freak of nature, but he's from France and he doesn't necessarily have the personality. You got another dude in Luka who is like Larry Bird, and if he were American, he would easily be the face. But the issue with Luka is he's an overseas guy, and so he talks crap. He's got swag. He has what it takes, but the American culture is not going to fully rock with him, even though they appreciate the stuff that he comes with. So as I'm taking a look at the league full circle, and I'm saying what's out there,
you missed a big name, in my opinion.
Who?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese who?
I'm about to get in his
Tyrese Halliburton.
This nigga done lost his drawers. Pause.
Hey, Phil,
He done lost all his marbles.
Hey, I'm out, bro.
I'm out too, man. All right, y'all.
He's on the starting 5.
Hey,
he's on the starting 5. You don't think? No.
Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Don't follow that nigga Daryl. He'll lead you down a dark road that you will never come out of.
Y'all not gonna let me finish. Y'all not gonna even let me finish. Y'all not gonna let me finish. You don't think Tyrese Halliburton could? And this is actually a better question I'm trying to get at. I don't think moving forward that being the face of the league will coincide with being the best player in the league. Those are two different things. It's a marketing strategy. You talking about a biracial kid who got a great smile, great personality. A lot of people like him. I mean, this dude was just in the NBA Finals. He was just in the NBA Finals. Y'all making it seem like crazy.
Bro, he was at the top of the he was number 1 on the most overrated list just last year. People don't. Bro, I don't know who you talking. I don't even know any Tyrese fan. Hold on. I don't know a Tyrese Halliburton fan. I don't know if the nigga got a shoe. He's in Indiana playing, right? Like, it's all these. I don't know how you draw up who you say to face. Like, come on now, bro. Tyrese out of all names. And then you going on this rant about
the white boy in Oklahoma City is gonna be a fan of Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not talking about
SGA?
About the kid from the hood.
Right.
Yes.
Why wouldn't
they relate to him?
No,
they relate to him. The white kids in suburban America relate to Tyrese Halliburton.
You gotta
more than they do to Ant.
You gotta be regarded at least in good likes of your peers, bro. And niggas they think that nigga is massively overrated. People try to come to his
Olympics.
What does that matter? Drew Holiday and Dirk White played in the Olympics. We ain't finna come on, bro. Like, stop it. Like, it's too many other names. You could have said almost anybody, nigga, over that nigga.
You could have said SGA, because I didn't mention SGA. You could have said SGA.
Canadian.
But SGA is Canadian
He's Canadian. I'm just saying that's even a more valid name than Tyrese. Tyrese is
but also
we never discussed
Netflix document. What are we talking about?
I've never had a debate. Hold on, bro.
No. I'm not talking about his play. I'm talking about from a marketability standpoint. You don't think that Tyrese Halliburton could be? I've never had a kid.
Yeah, sure.
With the white girl. You don't think the league want that?
No.
What are you talking about?
No, I've never had a conversation or debate with anybody in my entire existence since he's been in the league about Tyrese Halliburton. This nigga was in the Game 7 finals last year, and I still didn't find myself in a debate or conversation about Tyrese Halliburton. Nigga, the most relevance he's had was around that what the Hally, bro. That was literally it. And that's his coming out party. That's his coming out party is a little crazy nickname. Stop it, bro.
Rob 49 gave him way more of a shout out than anybody ever. Listen. I talk basketball people who love basketball. I'm not even talking about the casual fan. I'm not even talking about the casual fan yet. I'm not talking about the random white dude in Oklahoma City who turns on the game. I'm talking about people who love basketball. Daryl, when I tell you, people never, ever say, hey, dog, yo, you know who I'm watching for this year? You know who I can't wait to see? Tyrese Halliburton. I don't see Tyrese Halliburton in no commercials.
None.
I don't see Tyrese Halliburton on my television screen for no reason.
None.
Tyrese Halliburton is out with an ankle injury. I've seen Jason Tatum, who was out with the same injury, 9 more times than I'm seeing Halliburton at any point in time. Tyrese Halliburton has no marketability whatsoever as it pertains to a mass of people.
I don't know. I think Daryl is just looking to down any bridge he could jump on first. That was insanity, man. What you got next, man? Because I didn't even really care about that. Because I think that we've had that conversation. I think for the last 3 pods, NBA faces, all that. So what's up, bro?
NBA season opener. It's a high scoring frenzy. So 150-point games already. Has the league become too offensive heavy? Like, how do you guys feel about the offensive output so far?
Yeah, work.
I would say I just think this is where the game has evolved to. I think we've been in this era for some time of it being massively on the offensive side. Some would say this may have even started with the Mike D'Antoni system and Stephen Curry jacking up threes at a high rate. You see Boston, that was their whole basketball philosophy over the last few years with Missoula and all that. I would think this is just a continuation of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, the amount of 50-point games, I think I seen a stat where it's the most 50-point games in the first 2 weeks of the NBA. That's a bit alarming, but it's coming from all over the place. It ain't like it's coming from even the best stars in the league, to my estimation. Like Larry Marketing, I think over there in Utah was going crazy, dropping 50, right? But the thing I seen, though, it was a competitive game. I'd rather, even if you're dropping 150 points, 130, the game is still competitive. That came down to a tight matchup. You look at AR, like he needed his 51 to get that dub the other night, which is crazy. Probably,
I said that's crazy.
Crazy, I know, right? The one that what's the name of needed? SGA, 55 and double overtime. That's a double overtime game. So I'm cool with it as long as it's a competitive game. If these boys was getting 50 in the first 3 quarters and it was a 30-ball blowout, it would be like double bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if the game is competitive and it's coming down the stretch where it's actually still entertaining, because I still think it's entertaining to watch a competitive game full of points being scored. I do love a moment where cats are locking down, sitting in the chair on the defense, and you seeing stars going up against the other best player trying to stop them. But it's rare that you even get that. You got to have like a motor like an AE where you really see him say, let me go get Luka and try to stop him as much as I can. That's not going to happen by many of the stars. So I would say if it's competitive, I'm for it. Once it starts getting blown out, I would be out on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Word said it best. Only thing I'm alarmed by is I just don't want to see cats who I know couldn't play in most of our YMCA gyms start getting 50 in the league. That's gonna be my problem. So if I start seeing, Christian Wood come back to the league and get 50, I'm gonna be like, hey, hold on, what's going on?
He pulled that nigga out of the bag, boy. Christian Wood, oh God.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. If Dorian Finney-Smith comes off the bench for 50, I'm gonna be like, nah, the league is watered down. But I haven't seen that.
Corey Brewer did it.
Who?
Corey Brewer. Wasn't that Corey
I ain't gonna lie.
Corey Brewer did. Hey, listen, I like Corey Brewer. Though.
I like Corey.
Corey Brewer did get 50 though. Yeah, he did.
Hey, Aaron Gordon did go crazy and got his 50 the other night. It was in a loss though, but yeah, that was a little surprising.
Hey, can I say this about Aaron Gordon though? People forget in Orlando they were trying to hand him the keys to the franchise. He became a role player in Denver. Aaron Gordon was supposed to be that dude. It never fully materialized. He got a championship instead. Shout out to him. But Aaron Gordon is not a bad player at all. Oh, like Aaron Gordon could really play.
I'll take Aaron Gordon right now on my squad.
Oh, 1,000%.
Y'all can't afford him. What are you talking about? Always be Lakers fans be coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kenny. we don't hear what he's saying. He talking about Tyrese Halliburton. What you got, Kenny?
Halliburton's crazy. But anyway, back. All I'm saying is this: I think the league is in a better space than we want to admit. Yes, we're not used to seeing these large scoring outputs, but I do think that, to Daryl's point, who made a good point earlier, the league is a lot different regular season to come playoffs. Come playoffs, this 150 go down to 108, 105,
102,
109.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so have your fun during the regular season. As long as when April, May, and June kick in, I'm seeing top level basketball. I'm cool. As a matter of fact, that should be a good marketing tool for the league. Hey, during the regular season, you might see a team go for 200. Come out. And then postseason.
Come out is crazy. Get your tickets now.
200, bro. 200. But during the postseason, we shutting all that down, and it's time to lock in. So I'm cool with it, bro.
The only thing that I will add, and I'm gonna be honest on this, I'm biased because I'm a big James Harden fan. I just wish that they would give individuals like SGA and Brunson the same type of Harden treatment in the playoffs. I wish that they didn't favor the whistle the same way that they do, because during the regular season, I understand they can really get, but during the playoffs, I wish they made those individuals really work for that whistle a little bit more, in my opinion. That's the only thing I would add.
Wait a minute, real quick. And I'm not mad at that take, but I just want to make sure I'm clarifying. Are you saying that Harden got an easy whistle in the playoffs? Because I don't believe it.
No, I don't.
The opposite.
I think that's what I'm saying. They swallowed the whistle. I feel like if anything, the league was trying to make a statement.
Yeah,
because he wasn't getting anywhere near the type of calls that he got during the regular
season. But here's the thing. What I'll say to that, I told Daryl, it was two things I told Daryl about this, because he mentioned it some other time. I said, bro, I've never seen a more unconventional style of play than Harden. I think he was the most unguardable player of all time. Because people were trying to guard him from the backside. No kizzy, bro. You would have niggas trying to guard him from the backside because they feared the whistle so much from guarding him straight up. He knew how to draw it. The other thing, when you say SGA and Jalen Brunson getting the whistle more favorable towards them and their style, I said this because they are smaller frame guards as well, especially at Brunson. When he get hit, he goes flying. He know how to sell it more. Harden plays as a bigger player and has a bigger body. Like Luka. And you see Brian, I mean, he never gets, like, he cries a lot, but essentially his frame is the reason as to why that whistle is not pulled or blown, more than it probably should be, right? So, yeah, it was crazy. But I would say that'll be the big reasons with those two guys.
Yeah. So I would say this, though. I don't know how enjoyable, because here's the thing. I feel you on that. This is the only thing I would ask us to consider before we move on. Do you want the playoffs to represent what we're seeing right now in the regular season when the championship is on the line? And I think for most NBA fans, it's a no. I appreciate what it looks like right now in October, November, December. Yeah. But when the chips are on the line, I don't want Harden going to the line 30 times. Because in a pickup basketball game, I used to hate niggas. Hey, and one foul. Nah, bro, listen. You play up. Check up the ball and stop playing with me. Yeah. And I think the refs feel the same way in the playoffs. Like, look, a chip is on the line. I'm not giving you 30 trips to the line. Yeah, I'm just not doing it. I don't think we want that.
In those games that matter the most, when the stakes are at high, you never want the officiating or the officials to decide the game. That's the worst. You know what I mean? I'd rather be mad at the player and his poor performance and him dropping the ball rather than a ref making a call that's just outright not the right call. So, yeah, man.
Good question.
What we got up next, man? I think I had what? I got a hot take for you, Dad. You ready for this, Dad?
Go ahead.
In week 2, October 30th, as the date is stamped, the MVP of the league right now is Austin Reeves. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
No.
Let me rock. Let me cook. Let me cook. You let me cook you right quick, nigga. You think I said as of now? Ain't nobody saying he gonna be the MVP, but as of now, Austin Reeves is averaging a whopping 34 points, 10 assists, 5.5 rebounds on a 2-0 winning game streak without Brian and Luka. And this dude is coming in the clutch. As of now, the only player I may consider, right, that's better than him performance-wise, doing it on both ends of the court, is Wemby. But he's playing, bro, with who? Who's the second option right now? He's actually even elevated the game of DeAndre Ayton, which I never foreseen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make me say, oh, he's being serviceable out there, bro, okay, I can rock with that. And we winning, and he's the main reason as to our winning. Come on, bro. You can't act like I'm talking crazy. If we did the player of the week right now in week 2, I believe he's the player of the week for the Western Conference right now. Easy. Just tell me I'm lying.
Go ahead, Daryl.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Don't put all your biases aside.
It's actually so insane to me.
Go ahead.
The way that Lakers fans can be so oblivious.
Fans is crazy.
Like it's sad. It really is. It really is. The fact that you're excited that Austin Reeves is averaging 34 points per game, that Luka and LeBron are not playing, tells me that you have a real medical issue. Like, I'm serious. Like, you have a problem as a Lakers fan. No, I'm serious. Because the same way, I want you to answer this question to me. I want you to answer this question.
Go ahead. Lay your points out. You ain't laying that out yet.
Reeves, you think Austin Reeves is more of a bucket than Cam Thomas?
As of this season, yes. Yes.
Oh, no, wait, hold no.
Yes.
Come on, Word. Hey.
Yes.
No, Kenny.
Yes.
Talk to your man.
Yes.
Talk to your man.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why. There's the thing, bro. When you talking about, bro, I ain't gonna lie. When you talking about drawing the opponent into foul trouble and being able to hit the deep ball and drive, like drawing contact and shooting a high percentage from the free throw, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
I don't think you understand how many NBA players can do that.
So given the opportunity to Michael Porter Jr. right now, what's he doing over there when he got the greenest light? And it's greener than Cam, even though y'all thought he wasn't going to be, because when you look at the field goal attempts, he's taking the most over there. Why ain't he doing that? Why isn't he doing that?
Who's the only...
Different playing style. He has a bigger frame, right? He would be projected to have a higher ceiling than AR, but it's not actually.
He can't handle the ball.
What you mean? Because he hasn't
on the ground.
So okay, let's say this. AR, he hasn't had this much ball usage ever in his career. So that comes with a level of difficulty being able to adjust to that. So it ain't like he's just going into what he's already been doing. Right?
So what's going to happen when Luka and LeBron come back? You tell me that. You talking all this noise. What's going to happen?
He's going to fall back to the third. He's going to fall back to the third option, as he should. I think you're misconstruing what I'm saying. I didn't say he's going to be playing. No. I made a bunch of sense with facts behind it. All you got is emotional and didn't provide any facts. You just start asking questions about other players that didn't mean nothing. What are you talking about? You brought nothing, bro, to what I said. Tell me, give me your reason as to why he isn't in the conversation of MVP if it's that blasphemous to you. Because look at what he's playing with and what he's doing with it.
If you were to give most guards in the NBA,
now he's changing his words. I just gave you literally another player that has the greenest light on the roster. And he's not doing remotely the same.
That's not a guard. That's not a guard.
Why does he have to be a guard? Why does he?
Because you have to be able to be.
He's been able to be the man before in his career. Jaylen Brown is in the guard. He's dropping 41 right now, but he ain't playing better than AR right now.
He can handle the ball.
He can't handle the ball. Jaylen Brown cannot handle the ball. Are you crazy? You don't watch Boston basketball, bro. Stop.
No.
I'm about to go. I know you don't watch basketball, and it's not enough. No, he can't, bro. He's literally probably the worst NBA.
Michael Porter Jr. as a
Yes,
Michael Porter Jr. needs screens.
You don't, bro.
Jaylen Brown does not.
Jaylen Brown needs everything but dribbling to score. He needs to just get the ball, be slashing to the rim, or sitting somewhere waiting to pop and shoot. That's it. If you saying Jaylen Brown for 48 minutes, go get buckets, and you got to dribble it off the dribble and create for yourself, it's going to be a nightmare. He's going to have a lot of turnovers. It will happen. It's been happening. I don't think you watch him playing, bro. Like, just be honest about that and tell me if you do or not. You can keep it a bean.
I do.
That bro cannot dribble whatsoever, and this is not a minority opinion.
I was saying as a comparison to an individual like Michael Porter Jr.
And it's worse. I'm telling you, it's worse than Michael Porter Jr., fam. It's worse.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's bad. All right, go ahead, Kenny. What you got?
No, you're tripping.
Speaking to this, Kenny. Go ahead. What you got, man? Let me just hear what Kenny's saying. Go ahead, bro.
No, Kenny, talk about this. You tell this man that he tripping if he trying to compare Jaylen Brown to Michael Porter Jr. when it comes to handling the ball. He literally don't handle the ball at all.
Ask him, bro. Just go ahead and talk. It's crazy.
So, let me say this.
He laughed before he get going.
No. Both of you are actually kind of right and kind of wrong. I'm going to tell you why. Jaylen Brown's left hand is non-existent. His left hand is not existent. So he cannot dribble the ball to his left. He gets stripped, turnovers every time. That's where word is right. Overall, though, Jaylen Brown has a deeper bag than Michael Porter Jr. Step backs to the right, drives, things of that nature. Now, word is right. Left hand dribbling, Jaylen Brown should never try it in his life. It looks like he's never been in the gym, ever in life. That is true. However, if you take Jaylen Brown's whole bag and you take Michael Porter's whole bag, I'm going with Jaylen Brown's whole bag. I will give you that. So I think both of y'all are right. Secondly, listen, I know Austin Rivers is playing out of his mind right now. I get it. Bro.
He's playing better than most we've ever seen.
I know you're a Lakers fan. And I get that too. AR has looked incredible with LeBron and Luka off the bench. But even despite the fact that you made the point that Michael Porter Jr. has the ultimate green light in Brooklyn, and he absolutely does. That is an astute basketball point. I agree with you. The only 40-point game to come out of Brooklyn this year was Cameron Thomas, sir. You want to know why? Because that nigga's going to find his way to get 40. He's that much of a bucket. He's that much of a bucket, bro.
But
it doesn't matter who got the green light. He's going to figure it out. So that's what I mean. So Daryl, if I were you, where I would have went was if you gave Cam Thomas the same green light as
that's what
Austin
I said.
Reeves, as Austin Reeves, who's the better guard in that? Not Porter Jr. because Porter Jr. going to lose that bet every time. And Word did win that because he brought up the right person. But
that's what I said. I said Cam Thomas.
Let me hear what he got,
Cam
bro.
Thomas and Austin Reeves.
Y'all are like that. But y'all are like minimizing what I said. You went to who's a better bucket. I said, bro, AR is in the MVP conversation. I'm not just saying he's scoring. This dude is running. Hold on.
I'm about to get to it.
He's running the offense. Cam Thompson doesn't have a bone to run the offense. He know how to get his bucket. He can't get DeAndre Ayton going. He won't set up Laveria the way AR is for us right now. He's not doing that. He's running an offense. Right?
He's not. Cam is
like,
not.
Come on now.
Cam is the type to have 65 points and 1 assist. He's just that guy.
As he just had 40 and 0 assists.
Well, yeah, he did have 40 and 0
Literally.
assists, which is that's nuts, bro. Come on. Come on, Cam. I can't even defend you if you put up 40.
That's crazy. I mean, he's not. But come on, y'all. Go ahead.
Shout out to Cam because he's a bucket. But hold on. Come on. So here's my issue, though. Not only do you have Wemby doing what he's doing, bro.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other cats who I would take before AR, despite the fact that AR is playing so well. And I think what hurts AR, and I think you mentioned this, but I think we can't skip by it. What hurts AR for this MVP race is the fact that AR is not going to play that second side of the ball. So even if we exclude Wemby, there were other dudes who are playing two-way who I'm taking over AR for the simple fact that, yes, you're running the offense, I get it. But you're also a cone on defense. You are literally a matador letting cats go past you, and you're trying to make it up by making sure you get other people involved and score high volume points.
Sure.
And so because of that, it's like I'm not putting him as a top level candidate for MVP despite his play. I would say this right now: he's a lock to win Most Improved. I'll give you that.
Sure.
I think that's a guarantee.
This is beyond most improved. Let me.
Improved. He's I get, but MVP.
I'm telling you, bro.
Even right now,
he's not winning. He's not, bro. Even his number, bro. No most improved player probably ever in a 2, 3, 4 game career ever averaged 35, 10, and 5. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Give me one if you want to. Look it up. Anyways, to close out this, what I'm saying though, bro. Sure, he's a cone on offense. Whoever on defense. You just said Jokic is a cone on defense. It's many of players that won MVPs were not two-way players. The best two-way players do not result in getting the MVP all the time. I tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So it isn't like he's far from anybody that's won before. And look, I'm not projecting the guy to go and win it. I'm saying as of now, 4 or 5 games into the season, it will be hard to believe you can't have in a conversation. That's all I'm saying. We got and to think that that's a far reach, being that he's out 2 stars, he's playing with what he has, which isn't a great supporting cast, and I give him a huge, because here's the thing, Luka didn't even, if you watch our games, bro, I didn't even see Luka having DeAndre Ayton looking as well as he's doing right now. 22 and 15 the first game without Luka in his AR. About 20 and 10 the second game. I mean, he's got him playing and actually working out there, running the floor on offense. Like, come on now, bro. I give the props probably to. Sure, but I'm saying even the pick and if you look at the pick, have you seen the pick and roll with him and Luka happening the way it's happening with AR and DeAndre? No, you haven't. Luka hasn't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. As of now, don't take anything outside of that. Hey, right quick, let me ask y'all right now though, because I mean, this should be pretty easy for y'all, because I don't think anybody really is a fan or comes to his defense wholeheartedly all the time. Tell me you ain't taking AR right now over PG. Tell me. Just tell me. I know y'all ain't staying, so y'all can keep it a bean. I'm telling you right now, I'm not taking PG over AR. You got to be insane.
Oh, tell me. PG who's Paul George?
Yes.
That's not
100% healthy?
100% healthy. You can put him back in a Clippers jersey.
Not taking PG.
Put him back in the Clippers jersey.
No, that's disrespectful. Putting him in a Clippers jersey is disrespectful. I'm taking PG Clippers.
Take PG over PG right now in the Sixers jersey coming back, bro. When he come back, how y'all think he gonna be looking? Is he gonna be? I'm thinking they almost gonna keep VJ taking more his minutes than him actually coming back and being suited like he wasn't there.
They need to. BJ is disgusting. They need to. BJ's real, bro.
Word didn't want to hear me out.
About what?
Word didn't want to hear me out, but if the Lakers know what they're doing, they should be calling Philly for Embiid.
You're crazy, bro. He is crazy. Nobody believes that. Don't start recommending stuff for Laker Nation. We know you don't. Houston don't know what the hell they doing.
I'm trying to say you gonna be able to get Embiid for the cheap,
and we don't.
It's
want
over.
Him.
The process is over.
We don't want him.
But that's Ayton not gonna be able to do what y'all need him to do when it come to that time. I would trust Embiid
won't even. He won't stay on the floor. We just got rid of an injury problem player in AD. Where he at right now? Nigga just dropped a new shoe called the Boot. Get that nigga out of here. We don't want no more problems with injury, big man.
If you could get Embiid for draft picks, and who's that one white boy that y'all almost traded last year?
Who Connect?
Yeah, if you can get him for first round and Connect, would you take him?
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't take nothing from that nigga. No, pause.
Really?
I would never. Yes, he's the most. He's the player I never would want to touch at any rate in my career, bro. Pause. Like, I never would want Embiid. I don't care how great he's been. Even his MVP season in the playoffs, he was disappointing. Literally. I will never want to touch Embiid on my squad, ever. Get him out of here.
All right, Kenny, let's talk about Shador, man, the Brown situation. What's happening? Why they holding my boy on ice? Is it sabotage or Dylan Gabriel just better? What is it?
Dylan Gabriel's never been better than Shador Sanders in his entire life, bro. Dylan Gabriel can't play spades better than Shador. He can't.
What does he can't do?
He can't drink Kool-Aid as good as Shador. He can't store as good as Shador. He can't shop as good as Shador. He can spell as Shador. Like, there's nothing Dylan Gabriel can do in his life better than Shador Sanders. Especially play the quarterback position. I don't understand what's going on in Cleveland. I think the reality of the situation is you need to fire Kevin Stefanski. I think Andrew Berry is on the clock as well, their GM, who literally has one more year left because he had such an amazing draft class this year. And he's got a lot of those dudes playing at the top of their games. But listen, if Kevin Stefanski wants to lose his job and the Browns want to become even a bigger laughingstock than they are now, the Browns have a bye this week. And then they have another game against the Jets off the bye week. If these Negroes have the audacity to play anybody at quarterback but Shedeur Sanders, the whole regime needs to be fired. Every single person needs to be fired. Every single person. Because Dylan Gabriel, I'll tell you right now, bro, I got a little cousin named Trey. I think if you gave him 2 weeks to prepare, he could play the position better than Dylan Gabriel right now, bro. I'm not going to hold you.
I mean, honestly, when you look at it though, and I've said this in the past, I agree with you. I just think the issue is Stefanski, word has already come out. He stood behind Dylan Gabriel. That was his guy. He was the one who wanted to draft him. It was the owner. It was the owner who forced Shedeur to get drafted. So if he starts Shedeur, he gonna get fired. I think it's pretty clear.
As he should. Because let me tell you something right now, bro. If you were, I don't know, bro, if you were trying to do anything good with your life, bro, and the thing that you added to your life all of a sudden made you a crack addict and you lost your job, to still ride with that thing that you added to your life is stupid. And in the same way,
this nigga metaphors is crazy.
Dog, Kevin Stefanski, Dylan Gabriel is like 5'7", bro. He's like 5'7", 160 pounds, playing quarterback in the NFL. That can't work, dog. It can't work. He can't see over the defense. Listen, I am a Patriots fan, bro, proudly. He was giving us picks on a platter. He was throwing it to our defenders because he couldn't see over his offensive line. Literally, I'm watching the game like, thank you, Dylan Gabriel. We should give him a W for the fact that he gave us the game. Bring him to the team dinner. That's how I felt about Team Dylan Gabriel, bro. And so to be playing him over Shedeur is laughable. It's laughable at this point in time, dog. Something got to change, bro. That's my take on it, man. Something got to change.
Yeah, man. So what? Do y'all foresee him getting any tick before this season let out, or what y'all thinking?
I think they got a plan.
Huh?
Go ahead, Daryl.
I said I don't know. Honestly, like, cause it's politics. It don't got nothing to do with talent. So I really don't know what's gonna happen.
Let's say he get the call. Do you think he ready to answer it, or he gonna? Gonna take some time?
I've been very clear on this. Shedeur's playing style is very, very conducive for any NFL team. He's a distributor of the ball. Like, he's a timing based quarterback, like that style of play. Whereas you can even see with somebody like Caleb Williams, who has a lot of those attributes. Oh my gosh, when you watch him, it pops. But when it comes to the layups, he struggles with that. So I feel like Shedeur has the ability. Shedeur can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. There's no question. It's just him being able to have that chance with all of the pressure that him and his dad put on him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I say one thing about Shedeur. He has one flaw that he's got to work on. Last time we seen him on the field against the Los Angeles Rams in the preseason, he held the ball entirely too long because it's similar to what Darryl said. He's trying to make a play downfield. So he's got to learn, hey, not everything is a big play downfield. Sometimes you take a little check down and you move on. Yeah. In the same way, if he's learned that lesson, because that was over 5 months ago now, if he's learned that lesson, then he's good to go. If he hasn't learned that lesson, then he's going to struggle, not because he doesn't have the talent, but because he's too busy trying to play hero ball in the NFL. And you can't do that until you learn how to play the position. So in my mind, I still think even the worst version of Shedeur is better than the best version of Dylan Gabriel. So that at the very least, you still got to let him play, because the dude that you got ahead of him is so bad. He's not even an NFL quarterback. Again, there's some cats in high school right now who I think could rock with Dylan Gabriel head to head and playing the position. Right now. That's how I feel.
All right, man. You know what time it is, man. We always talking music and sports, dog. Time to go to the music side. They saying hip hop is dead. What you got to say about that, DJ Darryl? Let me intro, man. Man, for the first time in 35 years, there were no rap songs in the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. The last time there was no hip hop in the top 40s was Just a Friend by Biz Markie. In 1990, it was at 41 on the rap song charts in the Billboard 100. We got my boy Kenny G going dark, symbolizing what's going on with hip hop right now. Yeah, man, sadly, hip hop charts dominance has been slipping for years, dog, dating back to October 2016. It was only 11 in the top 40, dog, in October. And up until this point, dog, we down to 0 at the end of October. Billboard 200, fewer albums are reaching the number 1. This year we only had 8. Last year 10. 2023 5. When you go back to the some of the better days, back in 2018, it was 17 number 1s. That's vastly different than only 8 now. And so, yeah, man, it's ringing. It's making cats question, is hip-hop evolving or losing its mainstream posts? What's y'all takeaways from that, man, with them stats being considered?
I think it's a necessary evolution. I think the indie artist is starting to become a lot more potent, like especially in hip hop. When you have a lot of these young dudes who are growing up with streaming, who are growing up with social media, I think they've become aware that the traditional model of trying to become a superstar is a way of being poor. People don't want to be poor. People want to be able to eat. So they look at your LA Russells, they look at a lot of these indies or these independent artists, and I feel like that's the model that they're going. So it's really there's not as much, what's the right word I'm looking for? There's not as much glitter glamour as you had in the early 2000s, 2010s even, with your SoundCloud rappers, even your blog rap. I think it's a necessary evil for the hip hop community because I think people need to go back to actually having those cult followings. I think it's better for hip hop artists or for rappers to come to the label when they already have an established fan base rather than them just getting an advance on the front end. You know, so honestly, I think a lot of this, what we're seeing is healthy for hip hop, and especially as a DJ. I mean, people always like, oh, like, why aren't you putting on new music? Why aren't you? Fans don't want new music. Fans do not want new music. Every time I ever go out, they want to hear the same songs. They want to hear the same songs. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear no new stuff.
He's
they don't want to
pissed.
hear me put them on the. What are we talking about? No, y'all want to hear the same 15 songs we've been listening to in the club for the last 20 years. So honestly, I think it's good for hip hop. We needed this.
So speaking from Gen Z, which you are considered that, correct?
I am.
Are those the people wanting the old stuff still, even though they didn't grow up on that? Or who are you talking about when you say something like that?
Everything included. Because we're when it comes to music, and I always tell people this, I wish I was older so that I can enjoy music more. Because whenever I got my first car, I didn't have a CD player. I had an aux cord. So I didn't grow up listening to albums like people did.
I like that. That's actually some great insight. I like that.
It's a different relationship with music. Yeah. So when you have a generation that has been built by playlists, this is what we get. This is what we get. Why would I ever be a fan of it? I don't listen to, and it's a problem that I have in my life. I'm trying to get better at it. But seriously, I think that this is really a trickle effect that we're seeing with music, is because you can be fans of songs. People will know Biggie songs, but it don't mean that they're ever going to go back and listen to Ready to Die in its totality. You get what I'm saying? So
facts.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. All that's good. What you got, Kenny G?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're seeing the silver lining of it, bro. To me, I'm seeing
He finna go down one of them Tory Hubbard type joints, boy. I done gave my boy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's stupid. It's hard to find. I come from the CD era. I come from the album era, and so for me, it was just like the attention to detail in the music. Man, I was even talking to the dudes in the chat about this earlier in the chat that me and Word are in, and I was saying, you even take a dude like Drake, man. Like, I love, and contrary to popular belief, because of the Kendrick battle and my fandom for Kendrick, I wanted to make it clear. Like I'm a huge Drake supporter, especially what we now consider old Drake. Like I remember where I was when I heard Thank Me Later. I remember where I was when I heard So Far Gone. I remember where I was when I heard Take Care. I remember where I was when I heard Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
These weren't just projects and albums. They were soundtracks to life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. And so when you go from that to what we have now, and the reason why I'm mentioning Drake is because Drake is the pinnacle. I don't care what anybody says, like him, hate him, love him, whatever that may be. He's the pinnacle for somebody who held rap down for 15 plus years. Me and Word were talking about this earlier. That can't be debated. He was keeping the charts alive, things of that nature. But even the pinnacle, the quality of the pinnacle's music has taken a major shift from the time I'm talking about to now. And even though because he is who he is, he was still leaps and bounds above everyone else's sound, it still was a precipitous drop-off. I made this example in the chat. I said Drake went from averaging 45 a night to averaging 28 to 30 points a game. And and don't get me wrong, you look in the NBA and you say, hey, 28 to 30 is still top 2, top 3, top 4 in the league. Yeah, but if I'm used to 45 a night, it don't feel the same. And if the top dog, if the best player in the league, quote unquote, just going along with the example, goes from 45 to 28, what you think the rest of the league doing? If he the best, you see what I'm saying? And so I think that tells the state of hip hop. It's like everything is kind of dropping off from a quality and attention to detail standpoint because we live in a microwave generation. We're trying to get records super fast. You drop a single, it's over with it in a week and a half. Easy, gone, out of there. So because of that, it's like, dang, like I remember we used to live with music. I remember going back to the same album 3, 4, 5 times because you was catching new bars, new flows, new vibes from the crib to the car, from the car to the function, from the function to your lady house, from the lady, you know what I'm saying? Everything, like you was catching multiple vibes, and now I just don't feel like songs had that same substance. And so to me, this is a bad look for hip hop because of that fact. For me, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree with a lot of that stuff, man. I think O made some great points and brought awareness to, and what you said on the latter part with the top even being kind of lowering what the top quality for himself was to more of a mid-pack level. And I think mainly I would say Drake is, and this is the reason why you still get spurts of what he always can do and still possess. But I think when you look around, right? When you look around at your peers and your contemporaries and they aren't dropping as much as you, so you ain't looking over and getting the album from Kendrick every year. You're not looking over and getting the album from Cole every year, right? You don't even feel you're in competition with nobody but your own catalog, right? And I think that's what Drizzy a lot of times probably will look at himself and be like, yeah, that's where I am. But also he also is a trendsetter, but also chases trends. You will see him start doing songs with Lil Yachty. You'll see, when he first came out, I never would foresee him doing a song with Trippie Redd, right? He would do a song almost with anybody and stay there and actually adopt and embrace that sound as if it's where he is creatively. I think it's more so he's a genius at knowing how to move with the times, but what takes a hit is the quality, right? At least to the people that love the old Drake or what we think is his prime or peak. As I've grown with somebody like a Drake or an artist of his caliber that does that, I've learned to appreciate that according to the times it's dropped in. So I can still listen to it for all the dogs and see him hopping on some Cash Cobain records and still sounding like he's on that wave, but I'm still like he's just adapting to where the sound is and what's popping right now. But I always still appreciate an album from him holistically because he's giving not only what's new and popping right now, but also still some OVO sounding type shit that would have came back out during the Take Care or Nothing Was the Same era. So I think that's a big portion as to why essentially the entire hip hop community or music quality takes a hit because he does move around wherever the music is hot or relevant. I think the middle pack rappers or the tier B minus to the C, that rap tier doesn't care about music like the tier A guys do, even more so to where they're chasing other things that may bring in a bigger bag. Like what O was saying, these dudes want to get rich, right? And it's not really a reflection of the true passion they have for music or the arts. So that's why you're seeing a bunch of artists pulling up with the streams. Word to Dre bringing this point up earlier. Like you got people that's like, bro, I'm finna put more time in streaming than I am doing rapping. You know what I mean? They taking the Ray J route, chasing wherever things are relevant. But no, I think it's in that regard, to piggyback on what O was saying, I think it will eventually over time weave out who really cares about the music most, in the people that's on the other side chasing just money and ain't really, like you got Lil Baby in a nice path of his career saying, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like he done rapping. I'm finna retire. He ain't nowhere near at the level of when Jay said he was putting it down. You know what I mean? Like Jay could have put it down the first time he said he was actually gonna put it down and had a respectable career and catalog. Lil Baby is nowhere near that to say I'm putting it down. Not to shit on whatever he got going on. Maybe he want to take something more serious, but it's like, dag, somebody in his shoes wouldn't necessarily move at that state of their career. And so I think that middle. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick about Lil Baby, just because you made me think about him. Hey, he started out so crazy.
Hot.
His wave was so crazy, and it wasn't just hype. It wasn't just hype.
No,
he was going crazy on features. That first project, that My Turn, like he was going nuts.
Yeah.
So for him to look up and just be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I also the last thing kind of close out what I would say on it is, because the run by Drake is so long, right? I do think there is some complacency that set in with his music. I think you can probably go through the music in his lyrics and even pull it out from some of the things he put in there. That you kind of can feel and hear that what he's saying. And so after 10 years, maybe not even 10 years, after 5 years, there's typically a new guy that's about to come take the mantle or the torch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's not been a clear, kind of like the NBA, it's not a clear vision on who that is, right? I think Travis Scott was definitely in that seat at one point. Before the Astro tragedy, I would say he was very much queued up to be in that hot seat and be the man running it. I mean, he was a brand. I mean, his shoes, I mean, the cereal, all the kind, he had everything moving. Hype beat. It was just crazy. And then all that stuff went left. And he kind of you know what I mean? Like, you want to look at somebody like that. I would say right now, if anybody, I would put it on this NBA. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like NBA young boy.
Yeah.
He should be slated to be in that seat. I just don't know if it'll be universal like a Drizzy. I don't think it's not fair to say it'll be at that level. But can he be at a rate where he's the guy leading the charge, leading the next gen? What are you laughing over there? Could it be at that rate?
You said it so fast. But if there's one dude I will put it on.
I said pause, bro.
I didn't even catch it.
I'm catching everything. Pause. That was crazy. Anyways.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, I would say he should be the one that's next and slated to be like, I'm going to be the guy. I just think with him, there's definitely a huge liability. You don't know how free he'll ever be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, there's huge liability. He's kind of like a Ja Morant of rap. You know what I mean? Like, dude was slated to be
Ja
one of the
Morant
guys.
was at a concert going crazy.
Right. And that's why they connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally.
I was just about to say, first of all, I agree with everything you said. You definitely deserve a gunshot for that. but you made me think, bro. Like, real quick, I'm just pivoting for like 2 seconds, and then we're gonna hurry up. But what like can Ja Morant ever get that back though? Because he was on another planet. Do you think he can get that back? To me, he was clearly going to be the face. Yeah, it was clear.
He can't.
Crystal clear. Can he ever get that back?
Nah, I don't think
AI didn't. I mean, AI didn't do it once he was in the league, but I think Ja Morant has what it can take. And his shoe alone, I think proves that.
Crazy. His shoe is crazy.
He got the best Nike shoe out in basketball right now.
He does.
He might, but honestly, he just Yeah, I don't think he's going to equate to what he should have equated to before all the side noise. I think that impacted him, and honestly, somehow impacted his game on the court. Like honestly, right now, have y'all watched Memphis Grizzlies basketball this year compared to the other guys we've been mentioning?
I haven't caught him yet.
I'm actually about to go see the nigga live next Monday versus Detroit Pistons, but I didn't pick that game. My boy's a Detroit Pistons fan, and we got great seats. He wouldn't be somebody I'm going to go see. You know what I mean? Like I haven't even watched. I'm just saying bad. Based off of like who has my attention. He's not one of them names. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just not. He should be. He should be how we talk about AE. You know what I mean? Like, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like, and that's unfortunate. But back to the music shit, dog. Like, I think, NBA, that was kind of why I drew that. And I think that's pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know. I think NBA, dog, this last tour has made me realize that even the more. How serious the coat fouling he has in the music. He actually is a workhorse. I ain't gonna hold you. He got records on records on records, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. And
I could do a whole NBA set.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. I think NBA young boy with the right type of managing team, the right career directional path, and him getting the right partnerships and collaborations could be that guy. It's just hard to think that that's going to happen, though. You know what I mean? Like it's like thinking AD will ever see 82 games. You know what I mean?
All right,
go ahead, bro. What's the next joint, man? Yeah, wrap him up, bro.
All right. I mean, I'm saying like, are we ready for the outro? I gotta go get this food. This place closed at 9. This
nigga, bro, Cash Money. That's one of the biggest things, bro. This nigga. You wild for that, bro. Now, we got to touch on that just a bit. Did y'all see it, dog? What was y'all immediate takeaways? Cash Money, No Limit versus who did y'all have coming out or who did y'all have going in, and what did it tell y'all at the end of it?
I had, and I'll go quick. I had Cash Money going in. I didn't get to watch it, but people told me that No Limit took it. And I think, excuse me. Go ahead.
He's dying. His lung is coming out. That's all he had to say.
Go get your food, bro. Go get your food, dog.
Go get your food, man. We'll close out without you, dog. We don't want you to downstream. Come on.
Bro, relax. I'm all right.
You good?
I'm all right. I think the big difference is it showed the difference between having commercial success and hood classics. When you in the club, there's some songs you might be able to play, and everybody know it, but it don't really hit them the same. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what No Limit showed the difference of. And two, they ain't have Weezy there, so.
Yeah, that was a huge disappointment. But yeah, if you got to bounce, bro, we let you rock.
All right, man. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, better than.
Right, yes, sir. Better than.
Yeah, what about you, my G? What you feel about it? What was your takeaways from it?
First of all, smooth transition. But yeah, bro, I think shocked. Shock was probably my only word.
Yeah.
You read this on paper, it was. I'll be honest. You know, the last time I felt this way, even about a Verzuz or something like coming in, that I thought this should be clear. We don't even got to watch it, and then you find out that it was something totally opposite.
Yeah.
The Locks versus Dipset. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Locks fan, but even as a Locks fan, I was like, yeah, my guys Kiss and all them, they don't got enough. Dipset had too much commercial success.
Yep.
Jim, Cam, Jewels. Like we not even touching like Zeke and all the boys. Like, yeah, no, it's over with. As soon as Dipset start playing the hits, it's over with. And it went the total opposite way. This might be even more shocking than that. You think about Cash Money's records. You think about Manny Fresh being in their back pocket. I don't understand how you even have any competition, let alone No Limit running away with the event the way that they did. So yeah, blown away. Honestly, I think no show for Wayne, not having Turk, that whole drama and all of that situation really coming into what it could have been for them at a Verzuz. First of all, this is a premier event, bro.
Yeah,
it's a misstep to not have Wayne and Turk. It's a misstep. You got to make that happen. You got to get the business right. You got to mend up any fences you got. You got to make them calls or whatever the case may be to make sure that you make that happen. But yeah, shocked is the word for me, G. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And highly disappointed in with Cash Money. That was an easy dub, and they got slaughtered out there. That was crazy.
Yeah, I would say, man, if I had to put it in one word, definitely disappointment. disappointing that we didn't get the Wayne presence there. It's almost like, how do you do a Cash Money versus without Wayne? But also in the second thought of like, dag, I don't want to see Wayne touch that stage until he actually is touching that stage to do his own verses. So I think that was a part of like balancing out my opinion with that. The other disappointment was honestly just the timing and the venue of where they decided to do this at. I don't understand the thinking. I understand the thinking of putting it at Complex Con, being that that's probably a huge culture convention of different sorts, exposing the younger crowd to the people that came before them and things of that nature. But when you think about Verzuz and what you kind of look forward to, is the crowd interaction in the response to what's being done on the stage. And I think that crowd definitely was not the crowd for that. I mean, Complex Con majority is for a younger in crowd right now. The people on stage, they will represent generations before them. So when you're looking for that back and forth response from the artist and audience, it wasn't there. That connectivity wasn't there. Disappointment in just the chaos on the side of Cash Money. You know what I mean? Like, even because I didn't watch it in real time, but I rewatched the whole thing on the recording. From the jump, Juvenile comes out ISO, solo. I think if you're going with that play, that's the game plan, go with it, right? But the moment No Limit comes out and they bring their entire unit out, moving with so much solidarity, you know what I mean? Like, they were moving in lockstep like soldiers, like, they were actually moving like they were enlisted. You know what I mean? Like, and I think when you doing a versus and it is performance driven, you know what I mean? Like, we do factor how these dudes are performing the songs. You got to be on one page. You got to be in alignment with the rest of your comrades and team members to make sure y'all putting y'all best foot forward. And I think with it being such a dictator type of camp with Birdman on Cash Money, you seen a lot of that disgruntledness over there with things that was being articulated or records that was coming out and being played next. And so you could obviously see these were two camps that were being reigned differently. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was more so whoever is up shine and we rally behind them on No Limit. And there was a little more egotistical things going on the side of Cash Money. You know what I mean? And that's a disappointment because you want this to be a moment of celebration in New Orleans, which goes back to the point where I said this should have been done in a venue better, like New Orleans. I heard a couple people speaking to like, man, they couldn't have had this in New Orleans because it was street problems and it ran deeper past the music, which I think is understandable. But the fact that we got Gucci and Jeezy on one stage and that stuff got pulled off, I think that set the tempo and the tone and the standard for what could and what should happen after that. You know what I mean? Like, and you talking about things that was deeper than music. I mean, I don't know how much deeper past music it get than a Gucci or Jeezy. Not minimizing whatever issues Cash Money and No Limit had, but I just have to think like, bro, if they was able to come there as men and pull it off. And honestly, I like the feeling that was in the air of that Jeezy and Gucci versus. It felt like hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, some of the standouts that I really rocked with on this one was Snoop Dogg when he came out and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was me. It felt, and it was crazy because, like Daryl was saying, bro, the records that you thought were easily bigger, that should have like won and taken care of business, they just didn't hit in that audience. And I think it was due to the lack of alignment on Cash Money and them having something in their back pocket to pull out, like a Snoop, bro. When he starts saying F you and everything you stand for, like, I was like, and that was the end, and they came back with Back That Ass Up. It wasn't, the sequence and the response wasn't right. You got to come back with something that's got energy on that level of the record they just performed. You know what I mean? Like, and so I don't think they really thought thoroughly or pivoted in a moment to really come out and because it's a celebration, but bro, honestly, I'm still competitive at the end of the day. I got to put my best foot forward and I'm gonna make sure we come out on top. And so I think they dropped the ball with that, bro. Juvenile, if anything, was the biggest standout for Cash Money. Did some acapella, did some improv. I love any MC that can pull that off. And I didn't necessarily like the Mia X performances, but I seen a lot of people making noise about her. And honestly, I wasn't the most informed on all her contributions to No Limit, so that could be part of it. But yeah, man, all in all, dog, I'm happy that they did it, but I'm always a person is on the side of the fence of don't do something until you got all the bolts and screws in the machine. You know what I mean? Like, we needed Wayne there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost impossible to not think he could have been there. At least pull him out your back pocket like they did Snoop. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my takeaways from it, dog.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Again, I don't know who I was more disappointed in, bro. Whether it was, when I think about performances where it was like this should have been easy, but it wasn't. I think about again Dipset. I think about Nelly, how he ruined his joint.
Dropped the
ball. That was crazy. I think about how Marion got bodied by Mario. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking about dudes who, like, you had a leg up when you started, and it was just like you didn't take advantage of anything that was available to you. I don't know who gave you bad advice, but that's just it is what it is. It just reminded me of that so much. But yeah, that Snoop performance coming out, crazy work. Mia, crazy work. It was like they talked about this and said, this is exactly what we're gonna do. So you had one team like almost on one page, full communication, and another team that was like, look, we're just gonna get together and figure it out. And that's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work in the Verzuz.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think people downplay the fact that strategy is a huge component to winning these verses. And you can't just rely on your catalog, bro. You actually got to go out there with a strategy, think about the track listing and song placement, and actually have it. Like, you got to think about it like a battle rapper, bro. You may have to improv, you may have to pivot. And I think when you approach it like that, you put yourself a leg up. But to close this one out, man, who do we think is left that we actually would want to see doing the verses that's left, dog?
You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get canceled, man. But the energy around it needed to happen, and so therefore, I still think it needs to happen.
What's this? What is this? Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, Jermaine Dupri versus Diddy, man. It still needs to happen, man. Get to it.
You said that's his coming out party. He walked straight out of the cell, walk onto the Verzuz stage and get to playing Diddy Madness. What's his coming out song, bro?
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. That's what we need.
Hey, boy, they gonna have to pay us for that, bro. We gave him alley-oop.
Yeah, like, honestly, so... Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to start. But nah, I actually do really want to see that, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I think somehow we got to get somebody to challenge Hov. Yeah. I can't imagine Hov never coming to that stage. Now, I don't know who his opponent would be. God bless you for trying to go against Hov. Like, God bless you, seriously. Yeah. Dude, catalog too crazy, and don't let that battle be in Madison Square Garden. It's over with.
Oh, it's home field. It gotta. I think when you dealing with the tier that we're talking about right now, right? Like the Hovs, I think to make that match fair, it has to be in the neutral zone. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, just imagine it being in Madison Square Garden or it being at the United Center for somebody like a Ye. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine. You know what I mean? But I would say, if you're saying Hov, I would like to see Big Brother versus Little Brother, Ye versus Hov. And I think Ye, I mean, honestly, if you asking me, objectively, I actually have Ye winning that if he's in a right mind and actually can conduct the show like the prime master mind he was when he was doing stuff like season 3 and all that Yeezy season. You know what I mean? Like, if he can put together that type of orchestration of performance in a show, hey, I think I'm gonna pick him. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying by a landslide. So I would like to answer that question: who's left? Who I would like to see? I wouldn't mind that. But another one, I know people want to see T.I. I just don't know who's out there that I think would fit him. I think everybody that went kind of already would have been his tier to go against. I think Wayne is too high. I know Wayne is too high for T.I. That would be almost like doing him a favor just to allow him to be on the same stage. I don't know anybody else. I would have said Luda because of their history, but he went against Nelly. That was kind of a left one. But yeah, who I would want to see that's left, that first one I said, I think Drake versus Wayne would be amazing. It'll be a nice, fun competition, but I hope them boys really get to it. Even though they, you know what I mean, they got so much together. I think they catalogs most definitely or deserve it and warrants each other to be faced. Those are the people that come to my mind, man. I would love to see Wayne versus Drizzy, Hov versus Ye. And I don't know who's left out there for T.I., man. I don't know. If I had to pick, who you got? Anybody, bro?
Yeah, because in some ways I would want Atlanta versus Atlanta, but there's nobody left in Atlanta who has not went yet.
I'll tell you, I'll give you somebody. It'd be a cleanup, though. They probably wouldn't, certain people wouldn't like this, but I think if we're being totally objective, majority would. Future would clean T up out of here. Future would clean up T.I. in a Verzuz, dog. I know cats don't like that. And maybe I'm saying that for a hot take in a certain response. I could tailor it back a little bit, but I believe Future cleans up T.I. You know what I mean? Especially in this era. He just, if they was on that stage with 12, T.I. can fight and possibly win. But the moment it's actually 20, because that was the other thing about that Verzuz. It was only 12 records, right? If we doing a full-fledged 20, I'm going Future for sure.
Yeah. But let me ask you this.
And that's actually nice. King of the Trap, King of the South. Ooh, old trap versus new trap. Ooh, that's what they got to do. We giving them too many oops.
That's what to do. Yeah. Let me ask you this though. I think Future may get T.I. out of there just because, like you're talking about. But what if they decide to throw you a curveball and said, "Oh, you want to bring Future out? No problem. Let's go get that boy Astro World and get Travis Scott out here for 20 apiece, and let's see what we can do."
I like that.
How close is that?
That's gonna be close. I will say. I think. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know why they do that, and they both are like they have universe catalogs. You know what I mean? Like they have their own universes of catalogs. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know. If you asking me, like I'm a person that believes Future can compete with the other guys I was just mentioning. The Wayne, the Hovs, the Yays. I actually have him in that tier. Clearly in that tier. Trav is in that tier. I think Trav somehow has a macro minority community that I think the Verzuz audience that comes out, I don't know if they would fully engulf themselves with what Trav would have to offer. If you know Trav and you really rock with that, I think you for sure say he can very much be deserving of that battle versus Future. But I think Future just got more of what it's kind of like what we was just saying with the hood classics versus commercial successful records. I think it'll be somewhat of that. Even though Future do have them commercial records with TMs and stuff with these universal Drizzy, he has all that. So that's deserving of actually happening though. I can see that. Yeah. Who would you pull off in that, man?
I mean, Future bias. I'm talking about.
That's me.
Like if you can see it, I'm talking about you got to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think some factors would also dictate that win. Performance, sequence of records. You know what I mean? Metro got records with both of them. He probably could just be up there and be the DJ. You know what I mean? He could just be the whole DJ for the joint. They got records together.
If you bring Wayne to the table, Future's probably the dude that's got to match up with Wayne to make it close. And I think that's who they would pick. If they bring Wayne to the table individually, there's nobody left for Wayne to get with besides someone on that list like a Future, because they're probably not going to be able to get Drake, even though he would be a better.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. I don't see that happening. Yeah.
So if they can't do that, then you got to think about who would actually come and be willing to do it. And to me, the only name that's going to be willing to match up with Wayne and have a shot against Wayne is Future. Two different styles to a certain degree, but I think for battle purposes, that would be the only person who can step in that arena with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The history with Hov and Wayne would be interesting too. That would be, I like, because we know the history between them, especially when you're talking about when Hov tried to go behind Birdman back to sign him. And you know, Wayne definitely has a certain admiration for Hov. And I think now that's grown to more of like, I'm at your level, nigga. I'm really over you in my mind. I would love to see that. And then you would lead that to the other two to be against each other, Drake versus Ye, which we know there's a lot of reason why they would go up against one another. That's kind of the relationship between them two that I described about Hove and Wayne. So yeah, I think I don't know if we'll get any of those guys. Like those guys, the ticket for those would be nuts. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But yeah, man, we finna go ahead and skedaddle out of this smug, dog. Episode 35. Kenny G, it's your boy Word. Let them know where to find you at, my G.
At Kenny Klarity, all platforms. Go tap in with me. Yeah, more on the horizon, but just tap in, man. I don't got nothing for you right now. Just stay tuned.
Yes, sir, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Kenny G, dog. It's your boy Word. Follow me everywhere on It's Just _Word, the Word of Clarity podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on all socials. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we on all DSPs. Hit the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We out of this thing. Here we die.